God bless you all. It's Pastor Holloway here, coming to you from a cab ride. I just wanted to leave you all with a little message for the end of this year. It's not really the end of this year. I just want to give you a message for the day. We have so much going on in the world. We have so many people are getting sick. We have so many people are dying. We have so much killing and robbing and stealing, and so many things is happening to the elderly. So many things are happening to our youth. And I just want to get on here and I just ask you all to pray. Continue to pray for our families. Continue to pray for our loved ones. Continue to pray for people that you don't know. Continue to pray. Prayer changes all things. Prayer changes all things. I'm here to ask you all to continue to just pray. Start speaking life over your dead situation, your things that's not moving. If your finances is not moving, speak life over it. If your health is not in good, speak life over yourself. If your relationships is just not going anywhere, speak life over it. Ask God to have his way, and God will have his way. But you have to trust and believe when you asking God to do some things. You have to trust God through the process. So I believe that the blessings is here. I just believe that we're seeing the worst. We're not looking at the blessing. We're seeing the worst. When Jesus died on the cross, it was a blessing because he rose again. When Jesus died on the cross, it was a blessing because we didn't have to pay the price that he paid. When Jesus died on the cross, it looked like a curse, but it was a blessing in disguise because he died and he rose again. And he rose again. And if he rose again, we can rise again. We can rise above all these things that's happening in our lives. We can rise above all these things that we're seeing. We have to continue to walk by faith and not by sight. We have to trust God in his process. And sometimes the process comes with a little pain. Don't get me wrong. But God has never left us. He's never forsaken us. And he said the plan wouldn't harm us. It'll only prosper us. So we know weapons form. But the word said they'll never prosper. So I'm on my way to work. And I'm in a taxi. And just dropped in my spirit this morning after I got off my prayer call. I'm just asking you all to start praying. When you don't know what to pray for, the Holy Spirit knows what you're asking for. The Holy Spirit advocate for you. The Holy Spirit moan and speak to a language. Speak with the language that only God knows. The Holy Spirit knows what's going on in your life. God knows your heart. He knows what you're seeking for. But let's stop speaking negative in this world. Let's start speaking what God gave us. He gave us a love, the power, and a sound mind. God didn't give us the spirit of fear. He didn't give us the spirit of discouragement. He didn't give us the spirit of nervousness. He didn't give us those things that we carry. He didn't give us anxiety. He gave us love. He gave us power and a sound mind. I'm sorry about the way I look. Never mind my appearance, but I'm here to tell you that God is able. And just like speaking of my appearance, never mind my appearance, I'm still God's daughter. No matter how I speak, I'm still God's daughter. No matter what I wear, I'm still God's daughter. No matter how I walk, I'm still God's daughter. And that's what you have to believe with yourself. No matter what you're going through, you're still God's child. No matter how you see things, you're still God's child. When everybody closed their door on you, you still God's child. When nobody pick up their phone anymore, you still God's child. So trust God. Sometimes God gets you a long way. Only he wants to speak to you. Sometimes God puts you in a predicament where everybody's closing their doors. Everybody's walking away. Everybody's turning their back on you. God puts you in isolation for he can speak to you. And sometimes when you're in quarantine, those who in quarantine, this is your time to speak to God. Because God allowed you to go in quarantine. So he can speak to you. God want to speak to you. So allow God to speak to your soul. So while you're in quarantine, those who have to be in quarantine, that's probably the blessing in disguise. Allow God to speak to your soul. Because when you come out of this thing, you will win. You will win. We win. We win, my brothers and sisters. We win. If we just hold on. We win. God will bless us. God will bless us. I believe His blessings is coming. We're just in the middle of where we're gonna get. But even though we walk through these valleys and shadows of death, we don't have to fear no evil because our God is with us. We don't have to. God will be there. He would never leave us nor forsake us. So although you may see these times, you say, oh, this is getting worse, trust God. Trust His process. He said your ladder will be greater. So trust God. Trust God through the process. Trust God with His purpose. Trust God, He's with His plan. He said His plan wouldn't harm us. It would only prosper us and give us a better hope. So keep hoping for better days. Keep trusting and believing God. Keep praying without ceasing. Keep giving God the glory. Keep giving God the honors. He woke you up this morning. That's a blessing. Pastor Holloway here. Have a blessed day on purpose.